Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. The severe weather threat shifts today into the Mississippi Valley, while snow develops over the northeast. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected to propagate into the upper and middle Mississippi Valley, and then over the lower Mississippi Valley later this afternoon. An enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms is out over parts of southeast Iowa, northern Missouri, and west central Illinois. Closer to home, winds are on the decrease, but will still be a little breezy every afternoon. Temperature is going to be slightly cooler today before warming back into the 80s, near 90 for the lowlands by Thursday. A backdoor cold front could bring in a quick break from the heat going into Sunday. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The Village of Tularosa's Village Meeting is happening on Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Village Hall. The agenda is available for viewing by visiting villageoftularosa.com. The Alameda Park Zoo is having a very busy month this month, beginning with Saturday the 20th from 9 until 2, as the Alameda Park Zoo celebrates Earth Day. There's also going to be a butterfly release happening at noon. Also, Brew at the Zoo is coming up on April 26th. I spoke with Hector.
We're going to have a country band to Moon Junction. We're going to have a dance floor for people to take advantage of if they choose to have a ball dance the night away. We're going to have 4 breweries. We're going to have about 5 to 6 food trucks and drink vendors. And, of course, we're going to have craft vendors. Check out the City of Alamogordo Facebook page for more details. The Alamo Senior Center is gearing up for a dance for Mother's Day.
It is open to the public, and the tickets are only $10. And there is, we have music by Lenore. We'll have tea, sandwiches, and light refreshments and dessert. So it's going to be a really good time.
See the Alamo Senior Center Facebook page for more information. The Oliver Lee Memorial State Park is currently fixing up the house, but that doesn't mean you can't still visit. We spoke with Kate German.
We have the Oliver Lee Ranch House on site. We've got a really cool historic area, and it's undergoing renovation. So the inside of the house is closed, but we've had so many people asking that while we're in between phases of the renovations, we're doing guided tours where you at least get to walk around the house and learn about all of the history. Those tours are happening every Saturday at 10 a.m.
The Oliver Lee Memorial State Park is at 409 Dog Canyon Road, 505-660-7381 for more information. The Alamogordo Public School System is preparing for the preschool roundup on April 24th. We had a word with Donna Dupree.
So we are rounding up kids for next year, for the school year, because we need to fill all our slots for our 4-year-old program for next year.
What do parents need to know about the program?
So it's free, but there is limited slots because we're funded through a grant. And so the sooner they get in and get their spot, the more of a chance they'll get to be able to have their child attend next year.
Details are available by calling 575-812-5525. Animal Village NM continues to provide dog and cat food for families in need.
Thanks to our donors, we were able to provide more than 700 pounds of cat and dog food to these food banks.
Sonny Eris speaking with Crazy Radio.
In Alamogordo, contact Love Inc., 1106 Ohio Street, next to Lowe's Market. In Ruidoso, contact Lincoln County Food Bank, 138 Service Road, for times and days of operation.
More information is available by visiting animalvillagenm.com.
This is Lieutenant William Skaggs with Alamogordo Fire Department. With grass fire season fast approaching, we would like to remind the citizens of Alamogordo that open burning is only permitted with the proper authorization from Alamogordo Fire Department. If you would like to conduct any kind of open burning within your property in the city of Alamogordo, you must first receive proper authorization through a burn permit with Alamogordo Fire Department. You can apply for a burn permit at 619 Texas Avenue, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
Well, today is Tuesday. Let's have an introspection with our good friend, Pastor Johnny Walker.
Hey, this is Pastor Johnny Walker with this week's introspection. Just something to think about. A little sunshine to put in your pockets. Where is the love? In a world consumed by hate and division, where lies and conspiracy thrive, it is easy to become desensitized to the suffering of our neighbors. Compassion and empathy have been overshadowed by fear and animosity. becoming viewed as weaknesses instead of strengths. But we cannot continue down this destructive path. We must make a conscious effort to break down these walls of hostility and rebuild the bridges of love and understanding. It starts with simple acts of kindness, with taking the time to listen to one another's perspective and needs. It starts with reaching out a helping hand to those in need, regardless of differences. Hate may tear us apart, but love has the power to unite us. We must choose love over hate, compassion over indifference. Let us work together to create a brighter future for all, where empathy and understanding reign supreme. It is up to us to make a difference, to build a better tomorrow for ourselves and for generations to come. Let love be our guiding light in a world that so desperately needs it. This is Pastor Walker with Crazy Radio. We'll see you again next Tuesday.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
You were the armorer, the one that stood between a safe weapon and a weapon that could kill someone. You alone turned a safe weapon into a lethal weapon. But for you, Miss Hutchins would be alive, a husband would have his partner, and a little boy would have his mother.
Former Rust armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed was sentenced yesterday for Alec Baldwin's killing of cinematographer Helena Hutchins and injuring director Joel Souza. Judge Mary Marlowe Summer seemed to be invoking her inner Judge Judy.
I did not hear you take accountability in your allocution. You said you were sorry. You were sorry, but not you were sorry for what you did. You were sorry for it and hope they can find peace. It was your attorney that had to tell the court that you were remorseful.
At the hearing, Gutierrez-Reed addressed the court for the first time and made this request.
Today I humbly ask you to consider probation, a probation where I can contribute to society through community service, and I can continue my counseling, and I welcome any classes that you may deem necessary for me to attend.
Judge Summer did not agree.
A conditional discharge is not appropriate. And the second option of leaving you in the detention center would be giving you a pass you do not deserve.
Summer goes on.
The word remorse, a deep regret, coming from a sense of guilt for past wrongs. That's not you.
You know, it might be because she didn't kill anybody.
I am sentencing you to 18 months of incarceration at a New Mexico women's correctional facility. I find that what you did constitutes a serious violent offense. It was committed in a physically violent manner, a fatal gunshot, done with your recklessness in the face of knowledge that your acts were reasonably likely to result in serious harm.
And with that, the sheriff took the 27-year-old girl to prison for a crime committed by an actor. Incidentally, Rust actor and producer Alec Baldwin, the man who fired the gun that day, has also been charged with involuntary manslaughter. He's set to go on trial in July. Last month, Baldwin's attorneys filed a motion to dismiss the case. They claim the state manipulated the grand jury with improper instructions and unfairly stacked the deck against Baldwin with one-sided testimony. Mary Montoya of Tucumcari has been charged with involuntary manslaughter after her family's dogs attacked and killed Stanley Hart in February of last year. Police say they received a call about someone getting attacked by dogs on the west side of Tucumcari. Those dogs belong to Montoya and her son, Christopher Morris. In an interview last year, Morris spoke about how the family's dogs would frequently escape the property. He spoke with KRQE.
My mom was here, and she would always say when they got out, they'll be back. Just let them go, they'll come back.
First responders found Hart with numerous bite marks, and a large portion of his legs appeared to be eaten by animals. Officers also found a pack of dogs, one with blood on its face.
I am truly, from the deepest from the bottom of my heart, I am truly sorry. There's no words. There's nothing I can say to bring him back. I feel terrible about what happened. I really do.
Officers euthanized one of the dogs to prevent further harm to the public. But when law enforcement attempted to euthanize a second dog, that dog ran down the alley to Montoya's home. Montoya is expected to face trial this week. Former Lobo football player, 28-year-old Rashawn Boyce, faces up to 10 years in prison. After less than 2 hours of deliberation, a federal jury found Boyce guilty of robbing a postal worker at gunpoint in January 2022. Boyce and 23-year-old Marquet Kirkendall pulled a mail carrier out of his truck and demanded that he hands over his keys. The mail carrier handed over those keys before a neighbor who witnessed the altercation intervened. An anonymous tip led investigators to the two men. Kirkendall pled guilty to conspiracy and faces up to 20 years in prison. Boyce will remain in custody pending his sentencing hearing, which has not yet been scheduled. At his sentencing, Boyce faces up to 10 years, followed by 3 years of supervised release. But Boyce has also been accused of trafficking meth into the Cibola County Correctional Center. This was done while he was being held for the robbery case. The trial for those charges are scheduled for later this year. Former Congressman Steve Pierce discussed on his podcast that cartels have taken over the Mount Cristo Rey in Sunland Park.
The Border Patrol says that the cartel owns the mountain. They're not even willing to try to stop the traffic there. The cartels are frightening, the fact that they're in so many cities. I went to briefings when I was in Congress. There was a joint task force that operated there in El Paso. And so I would go to those briefings, and they just readily admitted that cartels were in something like 1,100 cities. Now, that's been 10 years ago. 1,100 cities, and they're obviously have expanded their footprint now.
Mount Cristo Rey has long been a religious pilgrimage site and evidently desecrated now by organized crime. You can hear the podcast in full by looking up Inside New Mexico with Steve Pierce. Sports and weather are next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
Congratulations going out to Rusty Davidson, the 5A 242-pound state champion and Alamogordo High School's first ever state powerlifting champion. Congratulations. There are 41 games for New Mexico softball today, including Lordsburg at Mescalero, Ruidoso at Dexter, Tularosa at Mesilla Valley Christian, Go Lady Cats, and Mayfield comes to Alamogordo, Go Lady Tigers. There are 33 games for New Mexico baseball today, including New Mexico Military Institute at Ruidoso, and Alamogordo heads to Mayfield, Go Tigers. Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies, mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 76, low tonight of 50, high tomorrow, 82 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, winds gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting as high as 30. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 29. Your high today for Cloudcroft, 54, low tonight of 37, high tomorrow, 61 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.